what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed.
Hi friends, today I'm going to talk about the latest technologies. Today environment, your system cannot handle how much loads you give it to it, but in a quantum computer it can even handle 2002 to the power of 50 process at a second. You can't imagine that the processing speed, because our computers using i7, i3, that's type of processing. But the today's supercomputers can't even match the new revolution quantum computers, because quantum computers works based on the principles of qubits. Qubits is a particle its abbreviation is quantum bits. How it works means, we know our classical computers works in two states. 0 means no current, 1 means current. That is only two states that our normal computers works. But quantum computers works in 3 states. One is 0 and another one is 1. But the third state is both 0 and 1. You can just imagine as a 2. It can operate in 3 states, 0, 1, both 0 and 1. And you just imagine 0 and 1, the two states we can operate this much higher speed. But even with the 3 speeds, we can operate at higher speeds. This is just a calculation that I can tell. If the quantum computers was fully developed, we can just run 2 to the power of 50 process at a second. Parallel processing. Parallel processing means running 2 to the power of 50 process at the same time. Today's computers are hanging because if we go and search for Intel processor, it just only utilises half of its processing speed only, because the Intel company developed to increase the stability. If you go and search in Windows, it will show just half of it will not utilize all of the cores. If you have 8 cores, it just only utilize 4 cores, because another 4 cores if the 4 cores damaged, another 4 cores will back up automatically to give you a better performance. If you can make changes to use all 8 cores at the same time. This helps to increase the computer performance. But in quantum computers, there is no problem like that. It will even in this world, the biggest supercomputer can't even match the quantum computers. If a quantum computer takes 2 minutes to finish the process, all supercomputers can take about 20,000 years to finish that same process. The basis of quantum computer is based on the principle of quantum mechanics. You just know to have some of the topics I will give you. Just have a hint about it. If you want to make a quantum computer, these are first basic 4 fundamentals to know about this. Create a quantum chip. First is quantum superposition. What is mean superposition? It is not just like a superhero. Superposition means two of the states can be at the same time. Like this qubits, it can be. You just imagine a particle having here, a particle having here. These two can be at same. This particle is different size, this particle different size. It can be same mass, same everything at the same time. And another one is just imagine it can be two states at the same time. I previously mentioned that qubits can be 1 and 0 at the same time. Like that, quantum superposition is. Let's imagine here is having an apple. It can be an apple and orange at the same time. Just it's not possible to us to imagine, but the quantum bits can do its qubits. Short from qubits, it can be 2 states at the same time. Another one is quantum entanglement. What is quantum entanglement? Just imagine by the keyword entanglement. It means if you have two particles separated by this distance, two particles can be internally connected without our physical connection. It can be connected through particle futures like force, some of the futures. 2 particles is connected. You can observe this particle. You can also observe this particle. This can be at the same state at equal times. Just imagine these 2 particles separated by a long distance. Like this particle in this universe, this particle in that universe. No, that's too long. Just imagine this particle here in our Earth and another particle here on Sun. This 2 particle is internally connected. You can just see the connections, but if you measure this particle, some measurements like mass or change in the state can affect this particle at the sun, particle sun. So this is called quantum entanglement. And the third one is multiverse. You can just imagine a particle exists in this universe is at the same state, and this is the advanced feature of quantum entanglement. One particle exists in this universe can be same at the another universe. What is multiverse means? Multiple of universe that is internally connected. All of the universe is connected. That is called time. Time connects everything. You know everything. Multiverse existence of same. If you just imagine if you are a human being that exists in this universe, you can be exist in another universe also, but in different state, like an animal, like a cow, dog, that's that type of animals, or another thing that solid state, that states like air, water, you can exist in anywhere, but you are internally connected. We don't see the physical connection, but you are connected using the quantum entanglement process. Another one is saying about is quantum tunneling. This is just a theory, but it's not practically proven. Some scientists recently proved that about transferring electrons in quantum tunneling. What does this means? Transfer one particle from one universe to another universe. Otherwise, the particle from one portion of the space to another portion of the space. This is possible, but it is highly impossible. All of the recent scientists just researching about in quantum level, like electrons, transferring electrons from one place to another. Just imagine. Just imagine if you want to go to from this place to this place. Just if you are going from this way to this way, it will be long distance. What quantum tunneling means? Create a hole like this, going directly and coming out of this place. These 2 points are easy to count, but this way it's a long distance run. You can just directly come here. This is it's like a time travel. It's not time. It's just like teleportation. Quantum entanglement and quantum tunneling is the process based. This quantum entanglement and quantum tunneling is 3 phases. If we combine these 3 phases, you can use teleportation and time travel. It's based on that principle. A supercomputer can help us to calculate a massive amount of process. Just imagine how much you pay for extension in your life. If I can give you 1 year of extra life, how much you pay for me? If you are a billionaire, just you may give half of your lifetime property to me. Like that way, some of the investors, like best tech companies like Google, Amazon, are spending huge amount of money to build the quantum computers. Recently, Google announced it has doubled its processing speed using a quantum computer. Recently announced that the Google is recently developing quantum hardware and software for quantum computers. You can ask me who's the man? He's the leading quantum engineer at Google. In February 2019, Microsoft recently announced that it has developed the quantum networks. In May 2019, they recently announced that they have developed the quantum. In May 2019, Microsoft recently announced. In May 2019, Microsoft announced that it has developed this cloud computer, cloud entire. In May 2019, open source quantum computers was released in May 2018, Microsoft released open source quantum computer simulation. Microsoft releasing its own C# language. C# was developed by Microsoft for its own development of apps for Windows operating system. Like that, for quantum computers, Microsoft released Q# languages for quantum computers. Like that's Microsoft's property. Like always ending with a sharp symbol. Maybe it's fashion like Microsoft. Maybe it gets like that. And another for is quantum for developing quantum process. You just need to know about quantum chemistry. You just ask me why you need chemistry, because for how the particle exists in each state, you have to analyze about how the particle exists in each state to measure the to give a processing speed. So we have to learn about quantum modeling, that about modeling about the particles, but we can accurately modeling for quantum particles. You just ask me what are the requirements for creating a microprocessor, quantum processor. You just quantum microprocessors operate at a deeper temperature of less than interstellar space, like 0 degrees Celsius. You just need all of the quantum microprocessor parts operate in superconducting states. Like every part of the quantum computers made up of superconducting coils, because they produce a high amount of heat, and this causes less in performance. So they use superconducting coils using very low temperature to maintain its performance for a long time. IBM recently developed a quantum computer that was now operating at NASA at a very well performance. If you develop a quantum computer at a fullest effort, it can maybe lead to the creation of new time travel machines, or teleportation machines, or machine learning. Thank you.